Now, there was another issue that was highlighted with respect to the system audit.
Ako kudo biye me alon ko fanande system audit je fanam ya je fanam jodi le.
The Brikama Area Council system audit for the period 1st January to 2020 to 30th September 2022.
Ako wala mu Brikama Area Council audit from
1st January 2020 to 30th September 2022.
Ako January 1st of January 2022 kata September 30th 2022.
Were you familiar with this report?
Ako for report on for the ajele no.
System audit juma internal na base area council internal auditor menke bang fonga internal auditor men hire from ministry bang.
Which system audit? The base area council audit or that we hired from
the Ministry of Lands.
Ministry of Lands.
Yes.
Ako ha wala mo ministry ale men hire no ministry.
Hi, nga friend goes nga question also on the main hire from the Ministry of Lands. But among the Ministry of Lands, the Ministry of Lands, the other one, but now from Foreign Affairs.
Yes, I have that, but not only that of Ministry of Land. The other one is from Foreign Affairs.
Now, there was an issue on page 16 of the report.
Akoni ajube page 16 report on page 16 ako issue dole biye.
With respect to rent payment of the chairman.
Ako wala mu rent payment of the chairman.
Where it reads that Brikama Base Area Council
ako je yemen safe je wala mu Base Area Council
rented and furnished apartment for the honorable chairman, that's you at the time.
Wala mu ye bungota andum fana ye bung fengol keje pour chairman wala mi te fangodi
at Abuko at a cost of $60,000 annually.
And ye bungota adamento wala Abuko mi alon ko alkajo ben wala mu wulita woro sangosa
since 2021.
Kabo 2021.
Was that correct?
Ako form to jaldo.
Ha coming ngamen ko ko nga diamo so on the side of the auditor ngamenta from Ministry of Local Government and Foreign Affairs.
As I said, I have something to elaborate about the auditor that we hired from the ministry. If I am permitted, I can say something about it.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Coming after before the break, Council Ministry Safe, auditor, two auditors, la system audit.
As I said earlier on before the break time, that council wrote to the ministry indicating that we need two auditors. And the per that supposed to be paid to them, ministry said they are not going to pay if council is willing to pay. And we agreed that we are to pay. Because at the time there wasn't any national audit at the time.
So bring auditing
after they are auditing.
To our surprise. Audit copies on your diamond follow.
The audit copies where they're supposed to go firstly.
All of Council and Ministry of Lands.
That is Council and Ministry of Lands.
But to our surprise, the Office of the President, the Chief of Staff Office of the President was copied.
But to our surprise, it was copied to the Office of the President, Chief
of Staff, Office of the President.
Chief of Staff, Office of the President was copied.
And the National Assembly, the Select Committee was not copied.
And the National Assembly Select Committee was not copied.
And National Audit Office, audit report will be.
And the National Audit Office, all their reports.
The Chief of Staff, Office of the President copied.
I have never seen them copying the Chief of Staff.
So, may I can the Chief of Staff copy?
The reason why the Chief of Staff was copied? That was a big surprise.
Yeah, so
that is what I want to say before I end in, or I start explaining, because it's a concern.
And all these 7 councils, all these 8 councils, or 7 councils.
All these 7 councils.
Yeah, report may use against the National Audit Office.
The report they use against the National Audit Office.
No, the report they used against the council was the national audit report.
The report they used against council was the national audit.
So, the Basi Area Council, they concentrated only on the system audit, not the national audit report.
This is why the Basi Area Council was only concentrating on the system audit, but not the internal audit. National audit, sorry.
Yes.
Mr. Danjo?
Yes.
Were you rented an apartment at Abuko?
Ako foy bungo tanong Abuko lebo apartment. Yes, I do.
Were you paid night allowance when you travel?
Ako fo ni tabara ke your night allowance lebo.
Depending on the travel to Karadame.
It depends on the travel where. If I travel to Banjul, I am not paid any allowance.
So where were you given a house in Abuko? Where was the house rented for you in Abuko?
Ako mundalile asabu ye bungo taite Abuko.
According to my statement,
according to my statement, what I have resided there that is my reason why. Because if I come to Combo,
at times 1 week or more than 1 week.
Sometimes I spend 1 week or more.
Was that
official duties?
Wasn't it the budget?
Official duties. Ako for the budget all.
How budget economy?
Yes, it's in the budget.
To rent the house apartment for you was in the budget.
Ako pure bungo taite ako have budget.
It was approved. General Council approved.
It was approved by the General Council.
Was it in the budget? Is the question.
Ako ni government for have budget all. Yes, it's
Can you show us?
Ako for ita the moli have damendo.
Budget
I don't have the budget here.
Yeah, request for the budget. You should have this in your email and all that. You request for the budget when you testify tomorrow, you can show us.
Yes, I will. If I get the budget, I will try and trace it out.
Okay, we'll wait for you. But if you cannot prove it, then it is just correct that to conclude that you don't have this in the budget. An apartment was paid for you yearly, and you are still being paid net allowance. Doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make sense.
Mansola kabako apartment rent and still now benjola night allowance. Nga fine ko apartment rent limita combo mboka night allowance ta. Night allowance ta limita lalo combo.
I disagree because as I said, when I was rented an apartment, when I'm coming to Combo, there's no night allowance for me. Although or less when I'm traveling different from Combo, there I can have night allowance.
The management agreed with the finance and then they cancelled the rented apartment with immediate effect. So what you are saying is not true.
Ako management wole nata song in council inata juwe ko wo bungo nying inata luaso ni nata ko wol man na songa la ko tek.
Hana manta wanyade.
No, it doesn't work.
Inform kabako manyankela wanyane teleko management let them stop it.
It doesn't mean it does not mean that they are the people who tell me to stop it. No, I am the very person who told them not to do it, to stop it.
Why would you stop it when it is budgeted for?
Stop.
If it is approved, why will you stop it?
This is an advice from the auditors.
It would have been wrong. If the auditors are saying that
more than 1 week spend here and income spend is more than what I pay for the house rent, 5,000 a month.
Yes, it matters because I informed them.
It makes no sense. More than 5,000 spent for a particular trip.
When I go to Combo and I am to spend a week therein, and the money is that I am to pay, it will be more than 5,000.
In a month, $5,000.
If I take a house which is more or less than $5,000, or if in town $5,000, I think that makes more sense.
That's not correct.
And I make clear that if I am coming to Combo, I never take night allowance, only my fuel.
The findings are every time you are traveling, you take night allowance.
Ako ju sisiro menti mejitan ni wala mu wate wat ni bina jang de jifi na.
To start with, your apartment that was rented for you is unlawful, it's illegal because it was not in the budget.
Ako fanang puruka dati wala ka fuko bungo me alam ko menta puide ako woni silo man ta bayri amantara projecto ima
So if council approved it,
ako hanna tra council ya approve le.
we want to show we want to see the minutes.
Ako me lafla minutes sol jela.
But it has to be in line with the budget.
Bare me lafla men na wala lafla ben lon na je wala mu anning budgeto yake ku kilin.
The general council's resolutions are not absolute.
Ako iba jela general council resolution o bank absolute de o.
You don't have power to make or pass any resolution.
Ako iman sebo soto wala man nyanto soto puruka tambi wala ka saw resolution wala ko kawal men ye men landi.
You understand?
Yo faham le.
I understand, but
yes, I understand. But what I am to say is that it is in the budget and it was approved.
Chairman Danjo.
Ako ite Chairman Danjo.
You will wait for that.
Ako meo batlale.
All right, no problem.
Because your own administration
Ako ite la administration o.
agreed with the auditor.
Ako walning auditor inana song yin nako.
When the auditor stated
Kabring auditor ya itani lako.
that the renting of the apartment for the chairman
Pour kabungo ta ite
should be cancelled immediately,
wo inyantao cancel la hana kana mefo.
as this is not prescribed in any law,
Ako bayri ni aju ye late je loi me itani ko nyanta kala.
meaning it is not legal.
Ako walem kaje ko wo manke fentimi ala ka nyantale.
And when the recommendation was made,
Ako kabring wali la itani roke.
the management response
Management of an wall for another
stated that the payment of the rented apartment is cancelled with immediate effect.
Well, nata itandiko joro ikamenge pro ite bungoto inata o kaya londile hani ata.
So the management agreed that it is not budgeted for.
Ako sa management wal nata songo wo kodo nying alma lani wala alma budget. Alma haima.
Yes? Do you have a reply to that? Do you have a reply to that?
For FNS or the for the year.
Danjo, are you with us now?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Council, you may proceed.
Yes, so I was just saying that the issue regarding your apartment being paid for you every year, the apartment being furnished, we have the issue of the General Counsel rejecting the Audit Committee's report.
Ako walam General Counsel ye bang auditor la report ye bangato.
It raised that during the audit,
Ako ye raise le auditor la jamano kono.
an interview with the Audit Committee Chairman and the Honorable Chairman,
And the audit committee chairman and the honorable chairman ye interview le.
the General Counsel rejected the Audit Committee report on the Finance Director without any justification.
And do niajuwe wolman na song wala audit report and the man feyitan ni me nyanta me atinna e man song.
The Audit Committee Chairman wrote to the Honorable Chairman to request for a resignation. This prompted the General Counsel to write to the Line Ministry to invite the Internal Audit Department to do an independent audit.
So je aku inata safero ke ministry ka je ko pour indi auditor department pour ye murun ko teke na ila kisiro tatiku.
So your evidence is false.
Ako sabun takto ite ben fo man lo fo man so.
False for it.
I don't say false.
When you said you did not reject it, it's not true, Mr.
Ako kapri ko almari je ka ko jele ka fo ko je ke tonyade. You listen to me what I'm going to explain.
No, but I first have to ask you the question whether it was rejected, yes or no. If the answer is yes, it was rejected, you give us the reasons. If it was not rejected at all, you give us the reasons. Your management is saying, hear me out. Go ahead.
The internal auditor report, not at the General Counsel.
The internal audit reports came to General Counsel.
And any voting rights in the General Counsel?
You don't have, Imam?
Any voting rights in General Counsel?
I don't have any voting right in General Counsel.
You have casting right. You break the tie.
But you casting right. Where you tell it I summon you.
But
let me learn. I don't learn yet.
Your evidence was misleading, that's why.
Ako bayri ni aju yemi mo le filika ni atin.
Hani any misleading evidence.
I don't give misleading. If you listen to me when I learn, you know exactly what I want.
Go ahead.
Ako isi continue no.
Bring General Counsel auditors la report internal auditor la report table je watime.
When the internal audit table their report they are in.
Comme nga fo ñamen tam voting rights do fanatari itara tayla nga voting rights wol.
As I said, I don't have any voting right unless if they go to tie there, I am involved. I go to right there.
Ni man ta tayla do yalla man voting rights wol.
If they don't go to tie, that means I don't get any voting there.
The councillors, as General Counsel, are decided they're going to reject the audit report.
When the General Counsel said they are going to reject the audit report, what can I do there?
That's not the question. Was it rejected by Council or not?
Yes, it was rejected, but how or what caused it to be rejected? That is what I'm explaining.
No, that's why I said, first answer the question. Tell the Commission whether yes, it was rejected or no, it was not rejected. And then you can explain. So what was it rejected?
It
was rejected. And it was rejected by way of voting, right?
Yes.
But what was the basis of rejecting the findings?
If I could remember well.
Council members do même for Wolonko na finance na audit committee, they are not experts in finance.
The order of some of the committees said the auditors we have, they are not experts in finance.
So, for being the case,
as I said, for that I can remember. It's possible there will be another motive of which I cannot remember.
How can you reject a finding?
Audit committee financial expertise.
For that I can remember that the complaint or the claim that the auditors does not have the financial expertise.
And that is being said
So
by
si
people
menke no
who have...
safari to ministry.
All they can do is to write to the ministry.
No, wait. That is being said by people who have less qualification than the auditor.
Ako menu ka fo wolle molle mi alan ko walla ham hamo fa wole doyata wala wole doyata.
Is that it? Being said by people who have less qualification than the auditor?
Maybe I qualification. That could be true.
Yes, maybe you know their qualifications, so what you are saying might be true.
You, the chairman, you don't have any qualification apart from high school.
Ako ite man qualifications to nama ke
I
high school.
start with you.
Ako no problem.
No. Tell us if it is wrong.
Ako afo na tara ka men fa man soto ya fo moli.
I'm not getting a qualification to because
it's not necessary for me to tell you all my qualifications because that does not make us to be here.
It's necessary.
No.
Because
the
internal auditor is employed.
Internal
It's deemed to be employed in the right manner. And so when I find it, you did not question that employment in the beginning. Until he made a finding against your finance director. Against allegations of malpractice. And then you are rejecting the finding. The people rejecting the finding are less qualified than the person who made the finding. You think that's logical?
Yes, I agree as far as you know their qualifications. So if you say so, I will agree.
I know yours. Yours is high school.
High school talent.
Right? I know yours.
On the commission those are my personal things.
Yes, that's not necessary. This is why I'm telling you, because if not, I don't tell you my experience or my personalities, because this is just like commission thing. So what the commission need from me is what I'm telling them.
You already told us. When I asked you what your qualifications are, you told us. And you told us you stopped at high school. And I asked you whether you have any other qualification after that. You said no.
Let us hold it like that and we go ahead.
No. The point here is that you had decided as a council to question the qualification of someone that you are less qualified. And it is a fact that your highest qualification is high school. It's a fact. And it's a fact that the internal auditor is more educated than you. It's a fact. And it's a fact that council does not have the powers to treat the findings of the internal auditor in that manner. You don't have those powers. Do you have those powers?
You say we don't have the powers. We don't have the powers.
No. Mr. Danjo. If you think you have the powers as council, you can tell us. You are waiting.
We are
I was just presiding over. The general councilman decided, okay, who am I?
As I said, I was just presiding over whatever the general council decide. Who is me to deny that?
You were not interested in the affairs of the finance director. If you were interested, you would have looked into the allegations by the internal auditor before you even reject them. I've called the internal auditor and then question him. You would have taken the report and then deal with it in the manner in which it is supposed to be done. Do you understand that?
Yes, I understand, but I'm denying
from ministry level.
If I don't have the interest, why should I take it up to the ministry level?
No. My friend, there are different types of audits. Do you understand that? So we are talking about that audit report you rejected without any basis.
From ministry, office internal auditor, it be the same system audit like it.
They are all the same system from the internal audit or the national audit. They are all of the same system.
You don't have any basis in rejecting the report.
Ako purka
internal auditor.
report o jimbay ako alman basis of purka bay.
Well, General Council are rejected.
That is the General Council who
They have their own basis. One of them more for it.
and they have their own basis. One of them is what I have told you.
General Council's resolution must be within the law.
Ako General Council la resolution o anyanta kala finna timi ko anin loi nyot Italy.
And your role as chairman
Andu itala nyanto kake chairman
is to preside over General Council.
ako ka ju ka je ko ite fana kala General Council
Where you think that they are exercising a power they don't have,
ako je ni ajube la kisiro to yaje ko ka silole tamandi mi ko abanke nyantoti
you can stop it.
ya fo ala
Because you don't have that power.
because atolma o nyawi
Exercise.
alma o nyanto so
So resolutions are not absolute.
ako sa ibaje la ko resolution ol biro ol manna ke fetti mi ko ka même fo absolute
Before you vote on an issue,
ako danni be karto fay la fay
you must have gone through the report, investigated the report, called the finance director and do your findings.
ako inyantale ka kaito ni wala ra report o ka juwe ni bota je ye financial director nyinin ka
If you don't do that,
ako ni mo ke
you are responsible as the finance director.
ako sa amunta ko finance director ko ben tamandi o bebe atolle
That is the reality.
ako mto
Manso.
I deny
Of course, you will not agree,
ako hanka ite so
Yes, I will interrupt.
but you aided
ako bare ama ko ide
the.
Not have internal auditor in by the audit.
yes if you say I aided him yes I aided him but I think if I aided him then I will not contact the internal audit to come and audit him
No, we don't have that evidence.
ako mo evidence to
But you aided him
ako bare ama ko
by failing to do what
That's the
you
report
were
that he's
supposed to do.
reading now. What report or can say
Can you repeat that?
Ako more evidence so evidence in our internal report internal report.
yes you say you don't have the evidence but now you are asking me questions from the internal audit that is the evidence
The evidence did not state that you, Mr. Danjo, wrote to the ministry.
ako bare wo evidence ma tan ko ite Mr. Danjo sa fe ministry sa fe le ko
The evidence did not state that you, Mr. Danjo, must investigate the findings of the internal auditor.
ako internal report wo me tan je wala mu ite nyanta finance director la ko inanta no wala ya juwe
Lafa même fala wolon ko internal auditor member na Ministry of Land and member na Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
What I want to tell you is the auditors who came from the Ministry of Lands and
Foreign Affairs.
We were the person who brought them therein.
What do you do with the government subventions?
Ako man sekunda ka kodo men bulkafu ka kodo men di ka men for subvention. Alka wo kodo tamani munela wala ka kabne kala.
Subvention juma.
Which subvention?
You receive subventions from government?
Ako man sekunda ka subvention odila.
In 2020, you were paid $2 million.
2021.
21.
Ako 2021 $2 million. Yes, we have the money.
What is this subvention for?
Ako kodo prumu. Let me.
I will remind. The second page, last paragraph.
Ako kay to flanyo. Ala last paragraph.
$2 million.
Yes, we had 2 million.
Yes. What did you do with the money?
Ako ko do mo nagala.
Initially, the main plan of $2 million.
Initially, what we planned for that 2 million.
Wala mo kamusola marché o nyinga jero renovate ka vegetable wa dame and condiments.
And to renovate the women's vegetable market.
Bari kodo menya no asiata $2 million still.
But the money that's supposed to be expended there is more than 2 million.
So instead, CEO ni finance by salaries man so nga use salaries then na kapak na we replace what.
Then the CEO and the finance director decided that as far as we don't get funds for salary, let us use that money so whenever we get the money we can replace it therein.
No use well no.
Then we use
well,
that.
Mr.
Sorry. At that point in time, transfer to Kobakunda.
Sorry, Mr.
Sorry, Danjo.
I want to just clarify. What Mr. Danjo said is that they will use the 2 million for the payment of salary. And when the car park fees come, they use that.
Very well.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Danjo, you can continue.
Yes, it's a continue.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Na plan moment in Wolum Kapasi Kapak move to Kobakunda.
And our plan was that Pase Kapak, we intended to move it to Kobakunda.
Then saya Pase Kapak Gembe Jelata renovate, Castol be renovate, then Nakiambaki Yakumusola Wakula.
Then Pase Kapak, what we decided was to renovate it and make cantings there for the vegetable market, women's vegetable market.
Nada Kodojan Tanga use on saris.
Then we use that money for salaries.
Let me tell you how the money was spent.
On
page 28 of the system audit,
system audit page 28.
it states on the 17th of December 2021, the government gave an amount of $2 million to Basse Area Council as subvention for the implementation of a project. The moment the amount was received through your trust bank, Daba Kurubali withdrew $1,300,000.
Daba Kurubali anata million kilimbondi je Willie Chemesaba.
This is the following day, 18th of December 2021.
Ako wala mu tilo mena ikodo di tilo fula nyango 18th. Wono fana wono la ikodo bondi.
Another withdrawal of $150,000
anata kodo fana bondi je mena fu Willie Cheme Willie Talulu
and $800,000
Chemese Willie Say
was subsequently withdrawn back from the bank by Daba Kurubali.
Wo kodo Daba Kurubali le obe bondi banko toji.
When Mr. Kurubali was interviewed, he claimed $800,000 was deposited to the bank, Vista Bank.
It's 800,000.
Was deposited to Vista Bank.
Vista Bank.
$300,000 was also deposited to Supersonics. $100,000 was given to the Chief Executive Officer.
Executive
Officer. And
Chief
the remaining $100,000 was given to the Finance Director.
And the Finance Director.
Now the $300,000 he said he put into the Supersonics account was on the 17th of December before the withdrawals. Do you understand?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
This was how the money was withdrawn from the account. And it was trading hands. It was trading hands with the CEO and the Finance Director.
CEO and Finance Director.
Were you aware of this?
Okay, I am fully aware of that. Okay,
yes, I'm fully aware of that.
We were aware of what?
To pay salaries.
I'm aware of that. The money was used to pay salaries.
How much
and,
was?
100,000 the late Frumos Gomez.
I can remember 100,000 which we have taken from one late Frumos
Gomez.
Frumos Gomez.
I pre-finance during the Safra. 100,000 to
he had pre-finance council during
Safra.
Now, Mr. Danjo.
100,000. So
100,000.
I'll end up with 100,000 dila Frumos Gomez la.
And he's supposed to give 100,000 to Frumos Gomez.
Okay, I'm fully aware of those.
Yes,
so
for that.
Misuse 100,000 ta fanye.
But for that, I'm aware. But for the director, Misuse have taken 100,000 for himself. I'm not aware of that.
This money to start with,
Ako saying that in Kodo.
is it not supposed to be squarely and primarily for development?
Ako fo ni ajube aladio adaliro be amanke puru yuro ala ko diba.
And not for salaries?
Wala ko lead council en kay ko kodo nyindi nga kodo nyim soto nyame wala ko mbakela development na karol.
Yes, I have said that before, that the money, the reason why this money was given to us is for the development.
So paying salaries would be wrong, correct?
Ako saying pur aliata ale molla karjoro ke wala aka adislo manta.
Yes, among correct, but Danilo Bakamaya among correct.
Yes, it's not correct, but there are reasons why it have done, and it's not correct.
No, we are not interested in the reasons.
Akon tolman la manna wala mampare ka wala mo ifan tolman interest wala reason so.
Lead council authority. Katonya ko nyoy fo si lama reasons in fana me akene ngawo fanan ken.
Yes.
Because the close pen on
Council, to speak the truth or to talk to each other about truth, we need to listen to one another. I tell you what
listening to you.
Akabela moika.
Or you want to say anything else?
If you say you are not going to listen to the reasons, yes, of course, you need to listen to the reasons.
When you spend that money on salaries, that is unlawful.
Ako kapriyo kudo taya dundi joro to karjoro to ako ni silo mata ni luwa manda.
Correct?
Ako fama ko jam.
Right?
Good. And so when you spend that money by way of withdrawal Ndabakurubali and paying your loan that you allegedly have or contracted with the late Frumos Gomez, that was also unlawful.
Ako fana ni ajube komi fango ya fojanda Ndabakurubali tato kodo bondi wolem bili chemekiling kada kadi Frumos Gomez la ako kajo judo la fango ya lone ko fana woni silo manta.
Correct?
Ako fama.
This one slow man because
I will disagree.
Mokodo is part of development. Do among specific development in Akodo requestment.
Yes, I disagree. Because that money is special for development.
Mr. Danjo.
Ako is Mr. Danjo.
Yes.
How did you get that loan from the late Frumos Gomez?
Ako Frumos Gomez Allah don't record alias utabulu nyadi le.
Council nyanta expenditure lekela for the Safra team.
Council need to do expenditure for the
Safra team.
Yeah, and then?
And it's budgeted.
Okay.
But the council at that point in time.
But that time there wasn't any fund with council.
Right.
And that activity fasike.
And that activity must be done.
Okay.
So pre-finance
So if you have someone to pre-finance that and after we repaid him, I don't think that's a crime.
Where is it? It's a crime. You committed a crime. You committed a crime.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Because you have no authority to take loan from late Frumos Gomez. Did you have the authority?
Ako bayri nyanto te la pukata ka dontoro ke Frumos Gomez ya. Ako fo nyanto soto.
Well, man local government kono jibe wonya but ngamira bayin ci kodotano from banks so ninga mo so men ko asimol loan no fana ngamrundama without any interest. I
don't check thoroughly on the local government act, but I think even at the bank we can credit or we have somebody, an individual who can pre-finance. Yes, we can do so.
Mr.
Without interest.
Without interest.
Mr. Danjo.
Yes.
Are you not supposed to follow the Finance and Audit Act and the manual?
Ako for Allah Finance Act and manual, financial manual, Almanya itemanya na normal ba?
Well, council the Bible.
That is the Bible of council.
So if you have the Bible and the Quran and you don't want to follow it,
ako sabu ta ko Bible be bulu Quran.
Are you not committing a sin?
Quran be bulu man pare ka wono ma fo man tara junubo le ke. Yes, sometimes you can commit a sin, but sometimes if you don't know, it cannot be seen like that.
But that will be your problem because God gave you the Bible and the Quran.
Ako womo itla problem on bayre ni aje Allah e odi la Bible.
If you don't study, it is your problem.
Ako ni ma o karang mo ifang la problem wala odi.
Is that not the case?
But not always near along when you apologize, you move as you forgive no, because it's a mistake.
Yes, but it happens like that. If you know God and you do something wrong like that and you try to apologize, yes, God can forgive you.
Yeah, but then you will first have agreed that what I did was sinful. It's a sin, and then God will not forgive you.
Because I not try. If I was son taleko, ye menke, and in slow man tabe pare junubeko ye oleke. I can ni son dala. Allah say am fima.
But if you say it is not a sin,
yes, that is what I have said. That this money, the reason of giving that money is for development.
Exactly. So I said that the manner in which you contracted the
development directly, and another man now,
yes, I accepted that the reasons why this money was given, we have deviated. Yes, of course.
The loan, the manner in which you contracted the loan from the late Furu was wrong and not in line with the regulation.
Ako julo. Mi ko if I ya fo janne ko ale julota fu mendi commerce ako wo man ke siloti ani lo amanta.
Correct?
Ako fa man ko jam.
All right, now
yes, I heard you.
I know you heard me, but I want you to respond, to agree or disagree.
Ako alone ko ya mo yeba sang atay telefe pour fala la jabiro mo le mo ison tala ko.
If you agree, we move on. If you do not agree, I read for you what the provision says.
Ako ni son tanga tabe ngata ni continue ba ni mansong asilwa kara ye fa ya mo. I remember.
I'm coming for 2 million. Coming up for Yama for a project, for a development project. I'm just directly. It means we can deviate.
Yes. I agreed and I have said yes. The reason why this money is 2 million was given is for development. So whatever we put this money is different from the development. Definitely.
The
yes.
loan, back to the loan. You know, you were trying to justify. When you took the loan from the late Furu, you had no authority to take that loan. Correct? You agree?
Well, man, that's a no.
Huh? I'll never agree with that.
Okay. The Finance and Audit Act 2004.
Ako Financial Audit Act 2004.
For local government area councils.
Ako local government area councils.
Section 14.
Ako section 14.
Says a council may, with the prior approval of the Secretary of State, raise loans.
Ako anata fako council de natra nyanto soto Secretary of State bulu ako as loan nyini nole.
Do you agree with this?
Ako ison tawala ba?
Depending at the Secretary of State
it depends on the type of the Secretary of State.
I'm not asking you the type.
Do
you agree that the law requires that you must get permission from the Secretary of State?
First should understand.
Council, you need to understand that.
Is it the law, as I read it, that you must get prior approval before you get contract a loan?
Ako fo amanke o nyama ko inyantale ka approval o soto dandi be contract loan soto le pro julota.
You
don't specify what type of loan is that.
How many type of loan do you know?
You have many type of loans. You can get loan from the bank.
Yes, bank, yes.
Is it loan down the bank?
You can have loan different from the bank.
Different from the bank is also not specified. What is different from the bank?
Like individual, like the late Frumos Gomez.
Like individual, like the late Frumos Gomez.
Oh, it states that in the act that you can get a loan from individuals.
Within the act.
No, I know it's not within the act.
Okay, then let's talk about what is within the act. Or do you have your own act?
Act. This world, nobody have your own laws.
So does this act bind you as the time you are the chairman?
Kabria established in 2002 for 2004, I better bind.
When it was established 2002 to 2004, everybody is inclusive.
Good. So when we talk about loans, we follow what the act says?
Correct?
Right.
Right.
Okay.
Good. Now I read to you what it says.
Ako abena akaran na luwa ebe fo.
That power to borrow, section 14 sub 1.
Ako sembo pure don troke.
A council with the prior approval of the Secretary of State
Ako council nae nyanto soto kabo Secretary of State.
raise loans for the discharge of its functions.
Ako je as loanu e don tro nyini puri ka je ko afangola sulo wala council yanda tabala bana.
15 sub 1.
Ako ni bota je 15 sub 1.
Subject to the provisions of this section,
Ako ni ajube ni luwa me alan ko men fotate.
a council may obtain advances from banks by overdraft on the credit of the council.
Ako je isaje ko council asi overdraft mo banque mi alan ko be kala council fa wala fengoti.
It never state individual anywhere.
Ako bara ma fo mo kunde.
Did you see that?
Ako fo yo jele.
No fine, moji.
I told you it's not there.
At council level,
I'm saying in council
level. From Preston and Crossroad at that point in time.
When we go,
the only option commission to look for someone means more finance, no, then after down.
Then we go off to we have a surprise that we have a pressure. There is no funds. We look for individuals.
But it was wrong, correct?
Ako ha wo ketale bare kome ko akay ni kamen ako wodi silo manta ko di ani luwa manta. Yes, I agree.
Exactly.
I agree.
Exactly, Mr. Danjo. So if that is wrong,
Ako say ni woni silo manta.
all other things that follow will become wrong as well.
Ako fengo fe mi ala ko bula tawo no mo fana man ani silo manta de.
So taking the subvention funds
Ako ni ko do ta mi ala ko man say wole du.
to pay an unlawful loan
Yeta ye julo jo mi anko ni luwa manta.
is totally wrong.
Ako be mam bete ako manta.
Correct.
Ko kendeti. Ako fa man tonya ya.
Is that wrong or not wrong?
That is what I'm telling you, yes. That.
Do you agree that taking the subvention funds to pay your loan is wrong?
Ako nyini karo mente fo ifang
Yes. As far as that is concerned,
I was asked, and I said yes, that is not correct.
And then, in addition to that,
Ako kang
did you ask to find out what the other funds that were withdrawn were used for? Because, interpret this. Did you ask what the other withdrawals were
ako
used
fo
for?
nyini karo kele bang halong wo kodido me along go fana ya bondi bank yo dundi da mente wala ya akimuniti.
Ngamen fo no ansa wo diangulo ko ngagita mena wala ngasaris jo ka furula lono jo.
As I said, or less if I repeat it, I said these monies were agreed to be withdrawn and pay salaries and the loan of Furu Gomez.
Do you know? $300,000
Ako cheme wili cheme saba.
was withdrawn by Daba Kurubali
Ako ndaba kurbal le o bondi bank.
in being part of the monies that were withdrawn,
Ako ofana keda kodo timi alam ko kodo e min bondi ofana ndabe akono.
and we could not trace this.
Andu wo kodo ni mo man na ako kalangolom correct.
$100,000 was given to CEO,
Ako wili cheme e odi CEO.
another 100 for finance director.
Wili cheme finance director.
Did you know or do you have account
Ako foya lonne bang foya lonne kodo ni dunta dame.
of the expenditure
Wala depanso
from these funds?
ni kodo ni la karola.
Mesela ko ngamen fo no wala hakilo me mo wala ko saris kem boda jele furula ko do fana nyanda bolo hone talon.
I'll repeat.
Okay, ngol kel don.
What I know is that this money was used for salaries and the loan of Furu Gomez.
And the rest?
And ako kodo ni mento da ye?
Ndo fo no la.
I cannot tell.
You have to say it.
Ako inyo antale ka afo.
Me fam fala mamelo.
To say something that I don't know.
No, you know.
Ako yalo ni kay.
You
I don't know.
because
I
this
don't know.
money
Ako nyin kodo.
must have been shared among the three or few people.
Ako atul mo sa wala ton le atala al damangol to.
Because you were aware of the money.
Ako bayri te akalam tale.
Nate ko atata mo sa bata. It's good. I mean fa to nyala wato.
Na?
Bante na lon ko mambutu taje. Mambutu damo je mambutu ngamen lonje wala ko the money was earmarked for development. Makeno developmento ngasaris bondi je furula ko do double pay. So the other money no that keda dan. Then the final guide on CEO you ka.
Yes, if, as I said earlier on, this monies, all I know was that it was used for salaries and the payment of the loan. But the remaining monies, if you know that it was given to the director of finance, then let him be asked.
No. Mr. Danjo,
Ako is Mr. Danjo?
when this money was received into your accounts,
Ako nyin kodo kabring ya dunde Allah kontoto.
You were aware.
Ako yo kalam dale.
It is $2 million, correct?
Ako million fula kodi.
Very well.
Yes.
You intended that it will be used for development, correct?
Ako ande me foja wala mo kodo dal dal wala ka dundi giruwato kodi.
Correct?
Because if a project proposal is present, wala kanya mo sa wala.
Yeah.
A proposal was present for $2 million.
We proposed present a proposal amounting to $2 million.
Yeah, so it was a conditional grant.
Ako ha alon ako conditional grant lewoti.
By its characteristics,
Very
it's a
well.
conditional grant.
Ako ni ajuwe ala characteristics wala mo conditional grant.
And so you were aware of these funds.
Andung ite akalam dala ko nyi kodo nyi.
You were aware of these funds.
Ako ya kodo nyi la ko kalam dala.
You were aware that it was a conditional grant.
Ako ya kalam dala ko conditional grant lewoti.
Correct?
Amake onyama.
Ala kodo la fengo fenga anaranya me ngabe understand. When the proposal was besevela, I was fully aware.
All these monies, the way how they come, I'm aware because all the proposals I was aware.
Good. And so that when the funds were diverted, you were aware.
Ako kodo nyi fanang anyantana
Very well
ajanta.
to salaries and kurula payment.
Alia
I was fully
divert.
aware.
Idanta we o kalamta. Yes, when it was used to the salary and the loan payment, I'm fully aware.
Mr. Danjo, we don't have
Yes.
evidence that these monies were used for salaries.
Ako evidence te jeme aitan ko kodo ali karole karjoro le kya.
If you have it, you
Ako
can
ni-
produce it.
Ako ni asoto iyo evidence o dimon la.
In fact, you are not even sure it was used for salaries.
Ako ite fama malla ko kodo pour salary lem.
That was the agreement that kodo mba usually wada na wada me koditi yeno. So mba usually part for salaries me furula fanko jolaje furula lono jolaje.
That was the agreement that we use the money for salaries and the
I
loan
anywhere.
from Frugomes.
How
I know
much?
that.
How much was the salary?
Ako salary mu jolle tenum.
I can't remember it offhand now.
I cannot remember.
How much generally do you pay salary? You have been there for 5 years.
Ako generally bari bi je sajilulu salary alka jolle jo.
Yeah, and that one offhead was my level figure for me and is not going to tally with the
I cannot say that offhand because I don't want to say something that doesn't happen.
You said you were later informed in your statement, the second page, first paragraph. The plan was to move the bus car park to Koba Kunda, correct?
Ako bari fanga ngan ko alla plano wala mu ka marso bondi garaso bondi base kasama ko bakunda.
Erect a big shed and renovate all the shops at the car park.
Ako pour kaje ko kaje lo ali sopol be ele mandi ka ke marso tije.
But the money was not enough.
Ako bare ko do te osila.
I was later informed by the CEO
Ako je inata foko CEO na ta kalam tande la ko.
that the management has decided to use the money for salary.
Wala mo management sa hamo mente wala ko do ba dundi la joro to.
And if the car park dues come, we replace and add the balance to cover the cost of the project.
Andi baje la ko nin ka pa ko do na da saje ko do al siota ali amrundi ali aseji ko do.
Correct?
Amanke o jago. Yes, I'm
So
aware.
going by your statement,
Ako san ila kalmo ni bula tawo no.
you do not even know that it was used for salary. You are only informed by the CEO.
Ako ite fa ma kalam da wala ma lon ko do ba kala salary fo kabri CEO ya fo.
Correct?
Amanke o jago.
That was the agreement.
Yes, that was the agreement.
But going by your evidence here,
Ako bande ajube fa ko men fo ila kalmo lo.
that you were in the picture throughout that the money has to be paid, used to pay salary.
Wala mo ite ya kalam tale ko kabri ila foro to ya ita ne ko fa ya kalam tale ko nyin ko do alba el bande alba kala kare joy ko do.
Correct?
Aman to nya.
Mama, only a statement, but if there is any difference.
I don't think there is any difference with my statement.
Substantial difference.
Ako difference will maybe ifata jafata nyola
The
back.
difference is at the time.
There is any difference.
Yes, through your scene, but for me, my scene, I think there is no difference.
The difference is
Ako difference will maybe wala ko.
when you knew that the money was paid for salary.
Kabri de akalam dako kodo prusala le.
Going by your statement,
Ako ni aju ifang la kalmol to wala statement.
you knew when payments were already made after the fact, when it was already made and you were later informed by the CEO.
Wala mo joro ni kabri ake after CEO na tai afo.
In your oral evidence,
And we la
all of you agreed for it to
albeson
be
tale
paid.
pour kodo ni ariake salary
So
na
you
ariajo.
really substantial.
Ako di aju yo fulol man na ke kelite kuma kan.
One you knew before, the other you knew after.
Ako do ya lon ne danda be kala wara wo do wo ya lon ne kabra keta.
Do you now see the difference?
Do
you now see the difference?
Difference will be statement full tema ya jele ba. Ya kalam da.
Do you now see the difference? Answer the question.
Ako sa ni karo menti wo kalmo fuloro e fatata da me ye jele ba. Yes, true as you're seeing, but for me not different.
Now for salaries.
Ako sa ni tata joro la salaries.
When salaries are to be paid, there are payment vouchers must be raised. So when checks are to be withdrawn, they must be accompanied the payment voucher. So for the monies to be attributable to the salaries, you must have the vouchers for it. Can you have that?
That is the work of the finance director.
No. You cleared that the money can be used for salaries. You gave authorization. That's what you said. You said you agreed that it will be used for salaries.
Access to vouchers. So the voucher provide no and do commitment go to provide vouchers, do commitment was monkey finance.
I'm not a finance, I don't provide vouchers, so I don't take that commitment.
No, you don't have to take that commitment. We are not asking you about commitment.
My commitment
your proof is on you.
You said whether I can be able to provide it. This is what I'm telling you.
I am not asking you as to see whether you can provide it or not. If you assert that the monies we have for salaries, you must prove it. If you don't prove it, the evidence that will stand, that may stand, is that we don't have the evidence that it is the withdrawals were for salaries. It's as simple as that, Mr. Danjo. First, you diverted the funds. So when you divert the funds, you prove how the money is being expended.
That's going to be the question. The finance officer, the chief accountant. You have the chief accountant, the finance director. Let them prove it.
The question is, how can I approve it? Because I am not a finance director, I'm not a chief accountant. Let them approve it.
But you said you agreed with the team to use the money for salaries. That's what you said. That's what you said.
I think members of contract because they all came to the commission.
Did you agree
I
with
think
the
they
team?
all came to the commission.
Did you agree with the team to withdraw the money for salaries?
I will not speak something that is not
Did
true.
you agree with the team to withdraw the money for salaries?
The agreement was you use for salaries and to pay some loans, to pay fruits loan.
Yes, as I said, all I know is that this money was agreed to be withdrawn and made to pay salaries and that of Mr. Furgome's loan.
Yes, so you agreed to divert the funds.
Akoso amunta ko ifaran sontale ini ñu be benta kanto pour ka ko doñi yelemandi tamandi. Anyanta na anata menna aliya bonni wota.
Sontale based on the conditions on the ground at that point in time.
Yes, I agreed based on the conditions in point.
And so we want to have evidence as to how the money that you diverted were spent. It's very simple.
Belafri menna wala mo lafta na sedia ro soto mi ala ko kodo mi ala ko ajanta kelamenti manna ke o nyama bari ya dundi dame lafta ngaw evidence o soto.
You, the chief executive officer, and the finance director.
Chief accounting officer, finance director. The finance director and the chief accounting officer will learn to produce and take the produce now.
I am not the director of finance. I'm not the chief accountant. It's only the two who can produce, and I am not one of them.
Next time, then you can tell them. Maybe there will not be next time, but in case there's next time, you can tell them that when the money comes to the account, that you don't have any business with it.
Ako sign abekela nyaatol ti bahana tara bisodla isafo ko kodo ko men kana account ite mang business roje wulute je
so that you allow them
ako polisaje ko yeso
as a chief executive officer
walam chief executive officer
being the chief accounting officer
atelem chief accounting officer
and the finance director
and in finance director
take absolute decision
Ako wole la miro tamandi.
But you did not do that.
But ibete ma na okay.
You exercise your powers as chairman.
Ati na te ke la nyanto itandi je ko itele msirantioti.
So that you agreed with them that the monies can be diverted.
Puri ka je ko do nyin anata men na dalilo men na albaile ma albiyo.
Now we are asking you to account for the money. You cannot account for the money.
Ako sani mole nyin ka ko do fa ngadundi la ita fa no la mole.
Diverted for a purpose.
Come again? Come again?
Yeah.
What did you say?
Diverted for a purpose.
It was diverted for a purpose.
We don't have that evidence.
We don't have the evidence.
As far as the evidence is concerned,
Akoma evidence soto.
the monies were diverted.
Ako sa ko do tando kita nyame ko do nyin aya divert le.
As far as the monies were concerned,
Ako bayri ni ajube ko do nyin la hajo mendi.
monies were traded hands.
Ako ko do nyin ya altata bulo la
As far as the evidence is concerned,
ako fada evidence ole me itande.
the CEO and the finance director received some monies.
Ako CEO finance director wole domoni
As
wole
far
ko
as the evidence is concerned,
ando fana ni ajube evidence
you were aware of all this.
ite ya bele kalamta.
That is the evidence we have.
Ako wole mo
Ngamen fo ndamino la wala. Kodojin nga divertly due to the interest of the council,
Yes,
not individual interest.
what I have said here, I
Not
cannot
the
go.
CEO of finance director of Fanta Dataji. Being a commission role.
These monies were diverted for the interest of the commission.
Let them provide evidence.
Mr. Danjo,
Yes.
if you know you will have time, difficult time to account for monies, do not spend it.
Akoni alon ko ibe abe kolale bulu buka alon ko do nyin dunda lamendo wala ya dundi nyamendo ako kana ko do nyin ya kana defense.
If you know you will have difficult time in telling the commission where the dalasi has gone to,
Akoni alon ko abe kolale bulu buka ko afa commission la dalasi
and provide proof,
andun kaitandi ko atonya ta la ketaten.
don't authorize its expenditure.
Ako kana nyanto di wala kana kalmodi ka fa ko ha ya ko do defense.
This money that was received
Ako ko do me ala ko ya mota.
was in 2021.
Ako keta 2021.
We are in 2025.
Ako wala ndolbe 2025.
You left in 2023.
Ako ite pota je 2023.
There was almost a 2-year gap.
Ako sa baje la ko ni bite ma sa sa ji fola le bite.
Ask your finance director
Ako ila finance director nyininga
and your CEO
anila CEO
to provide you
pour na yi mako
with the financial statement
wala financial statement
as to how this money was spent.
pour ka je ko nyin ko do dunta nyaadi le.
Is that not the case?
La fama ko nyaaba.
Is that not the case?
Maybe I'm vocal council.
Answer the question first.
Ako fama ko nyaaba.
No, that's not the case.
That's not the case.
So you could not have asked them to provide you a financial statement?
So amunta ko ite mon financial statement so do.
Answer the question first.
Ako nyininga men na yeo jabi follow.
Were you in a position to ask the CEO to give you a statement of expenditure?
Ako fo anyanta le pour CEO nyininga pour ay expenditure dira. No.
You cannot ask the CEO.
I all statements presented to the council.
Ah?
All statements I presented to councils.
All statements were presented to council.
Mr. Danjo, were you in the position as
Besides, the CEO and the finance director in a commission of it.
The CEO and the director of finance came to the commission
and said what?
and Yemunefo,
because the same question is coming to me and the same question went to them again.
and they should make it clear because that same commission question is coming to me and of which it have been to them before.
Call them. Ask them. It was a conspiracy. Now you have a problem. Call them.
There is no conspiracy in this thing. Conspiracy.
There is no conspiracy there.
Mr. Danjo.
Yes.
As chairman.
Yes.
Do you have the authority to ask the CEO to give you a statement of account as to how the 2 million was spent? Answer the question.
Answer the question. That is my answer. What do you want me to answer?
Did you have the authority?
Sorry, counsel, please, let me just, Mr. Danjo.
Yes.
Yes, we will appreciate that you listen to the questions and answer the questions. You will help us understand your evidence.
Okay, but the legal counsel also have to listen to me.
No, can you please listen to me, Mr. Danjo?
No problem, I will solely listen to you.
Yes, please.
But equally, I will also
Can
listen
we
to you.
observe?
With due respect, please, I'll do so.
Thank you so much. All right.
Yeah.
Council, you may.
Thank you. So Danjo, my
Yes?
questions are very, very simple. Let me repeat.
And my answers are straightforward too.
Thank you very much. Let me repeat. Let me repeat.
Sorry, Council. Mr. Danjo, I will not take the back and forth anymore.
Yes?
Please do not allow me to order against you contempt. Please don't allow me to order you contempt. Please listen to the questions and answer them to the best of your ability. What you do not agree with, you tell us right away you do not agree and give explanation to that effect.
With due respect, that's what I'm doing.
Yes.
The counsel is not listening to me.
Please, can you listen to me?
Yes, I'm listening to you, ma'am.
Yes. I am saying don't allow me
Yes.
to make an order of contempt against you.
Okay.
I want you to listen to the questions and answer them.
I solely listen to it. But what I
So
want also to understand is the legal counsel also to listen to my response.
He is listening to your questions. I
Fine,
do
okay,
not
that's
think he's asking you anything extraordinary.
Yes.
Whatever he is asking you within the prisons of what he is supposed to ask you. And
Right.
I am here to play it fair. I will not allow him to ask you questions that he is not supposed to ask you. So anytime I intervene, I just want to make sure that there is a level playing field. You have an answer, give him your answer. If you want to clarify. I don't want the back and forth. All right? If you have to repeat your answer 10 times, repeat your answer 10 times.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Mr. Danjo,
Yes?
as the chairman at the time, were you in the position to ask the CEO to provide you with a statement of expenditure from the 2 million that was diverted?
Puruka CEO nyininka wo million fulolu ya dundi nyame wala ya depense nyame.
So that you know that the diversion had gone to the intended purpose.
Puruka jeko aliye kodo anyanta dunda damen aliya abonnije aliya divert afana marane o diversion fana dunda damen akata fenti me yalo go anyantale.
Do you have the authority?
Yes, I do.
Did you exercise that authority? Did you access the CEO?
Well, I can't remember.
No, I can't remember.
So he did not give you a statement of expenditure?
So amutako ate depanso keta nyamen amawo statement of dealer.
Well, coming up, I can't remember, but these are some of the things I mean, Kajan.
As I said, I cannot remember, but I know these are the type of things that we discuss.
Yes, and so because you were not given the statement of expenditure from the CEO to show you exactly where every dollar from this 2 million is spent. Mr. Boja,
yes,
because
my statement, and my money in power.
He said, I do not have a statement and I didn't ask. If I get it right.
Ako
yes.
Akamata ko na mo iko iman statement so bare fare man ni ngaroke.
Correct.
Yes, correct.
Good. Good. And so that you then will not know, you will only rely on what the CEO tells you.
Ako amunta ko ite buka along wala ndulta along la fo ite ikasebe men na wala mo CEO ay mengo men fo ite ikasebe ni wala.
As far as this 2 million are concerned.
Yes.
As far as this 2 million concerned.
For now, yes.
Yes.
And now,
yes.
Is that proper?
Ako fo nyantale ba?
Because money that was supposed to be for a project.
You
gave your blessings for its diversion. Even though it's unlawful. But then that could have only stopped at let's say at a procedural irregularity. But the CEO that you gave the authority to do the expenditure,
but CEO wala ba fola ite wala wala ka fo atelier pour al kodo nyimbe kala jame.
now you don't have any report from him as to how the money was spent.
Andung kabo wala fanang imanna report soto ka long kodo nyi ya dundi wala ya dépense nyame.
And now we see that your finance director, your CEO, monies were received from them.
Andung saying nata je ko ila CEO and director of finance wolde ye kodo soto jele do ta jele.
Did you not fail in supervising how the money you had agreed to be diverted, how it was spent?
Akofo saying iman failure soto comme inyanto menti pour ka je ko kodo nyi ali nyanta dundi la dame amanna ke o nyam.
Hango fine ko 2 million being at a divert nyame was not correct.
Yes, I say that the money is how the 2 million came and the way we diverted it was not correct. I say so.
It was intentional.
It
was intentional.
Intentional no because kasaris bonding yamakono ani kasaris jo aning fengoro. It was intentional.
Yes, it was intentional because of to pay salaries and the loan. It was intentional.
See, when you don't follow the regulation, you open the gates of fraud practices. And so therefore, people will benefit from it. As we have seen here. Is that not the case?
Maybe it was that way.
That is how it happened. And so it will be difficult for you to remove yourself because you gave your authorization.
Because Italy kalmodi, Italy nyantodi, Italy go alaki.
Because transaction call him back
yes, I cannot pull it because I have said that I am involved. I know how these monies came and the way we diverted it. So I cannot pull it.
Let me read to you the statement from Dabakurubali. The first page.
The first page.
That from the sixth line. As a cashier, I am responsible for preparing payment vouchers. This is the statement of the 29th of May 2023.
29th of March 2023.
I am responsible for preparing payment vouchers, writing checks, depositing, and withdrawing money for the council, mostly on authorities of Finance Director Misuse. I can remember that most of the time the Director of Finance and CEO authorizes withdrawals of monies from the council's account. The Director so will tell me to give the money to persons as loan when proper loan transactions are not done. Ako wat dol bi ka fay ne pray ko do samba ay joro ke julol la mi alon ko ni ajubi wo julol fa wata nya wo din silo manta. I could remember withdrawing $1,300,000.
Ako hakilo ba kande anane million killing bondi wili cheme saba
from the council's account.
Ka bondi council la konto.
This was the subvention, you can call it, or the conditional grant.
Ako nyinem subvention oti wala safa ko the conditional grant.
Now, well, this is my addition. And from the council's account at the trust bank, and later deposited $800,000 to council's Vista account.
I hope on the council account and another million chepe say I will bondi a Vista bank.
And $300,000 is to the Supersonics.
It is 800,000.
Million chepe say.
No. He withdrew 1.3 million.
Very well.
And he subsequently deposited 800,000.
To council.
Very well.
Yes.
Ako million killing Willie Cheme Saba, I will bondi barakabra, I will bondi, Alabanta Menkela, Anata, Willie Cheme Say, I will Samba Vista Bank.
Now, $300,000 to Supersonics Bank.
Ako Willie Chebe Saba Anata Samba Supersonic.
This $300 we have already said
Ako ni Willie Chebe Sabo Anata Ofo.
that the date of the withdrawal
Ako lungom menna Anata Okoro Bondi Bank.
was on the 17th.
Walem on the 17th.
The date of the deposit
No, ako lungom menna Akodo Samba Bank.
was on the 17th.
Walem Wolungole Kodo Dunda Bank. Will it Karoti Tang and Worola.
And the first withdrawal of 1.3 was on the 18th.
And lungom menna Tata follow Kakodo follow Bondi million killing Willie Chebe Saba Woketa Asaboti Kabri Karoti Tang and he says so.
So this is wrong.
Ako nyindum kita feti wi alang amantonya ya.
Ndaba didn't state the correct facts.
Ako ndaba man kumol fo jamen sotota.
He further went on.
Anata ka ko be atententa kadiamu.
And $100,000 is to Director of Finance and CEO each.
Ako Willie Chebe Killing anata wo di Director of Finance and dum fanang Willie Chebe Killing fanang anata do di CEO la.
As impressed
Ako keta impressed.
that we are not retired.
Me yalan ko imawo retire imawo yitandi ima retire.
And later, when queried by the internal auditors,
Ako kabring internal auditors nata ko kalamta ya clear.
yes, it was not retired.
Ako ama retire.
Now, $150,000 was various payments carried out by Director Suso.
Ako 150,000 woneta ke jorol men man kilimi yalan ko Mr. Suso the Director of Finance la ka fa nyinke.
Again, we don't have any supporting documents.
Andung hani wo fanande supporting documents de ye.
Also,
Ako kotek
Director Suso and CEO authorized a withdrawal of $800,000 from Trust Bank.
Director ani CEO wol fananda ta kangodi pour ka ko do withdraw men tata ko
$800,000 was into the Trust Bank,
800,000
withdrawn.
inata bondi trust bank.
In which $765,000
Ako je $765,000
was deposited to the Vista Bank,
inata o samba ka landi Vista Bank.
and $25,000
Andung $25,000
was spent sponsoring a student in the name
ako je
that I cannot remember.
anata fako woli adundi dame wala mu kadingo la karamungo jo mi yala ko dingo nyi hakilo mato.
Sorry, a name I can remember as Fatumata Jawara.
Ako atore dingo nyi men sponsor ka men fo wala mu Fatu Jawara.
And $10,000 is yet to be reconciled.
Ako hanisa $10,000 wo hanisa mo mafo no dunda dame.
I could remember that Director Suso gave me the sum of $65,000
Ako hanisa inde hakilo bakande Director Suso na ta wili taw kodo di alamenta da fo taworo wili taworo la anin lulu
and $20,000
anin wili muang
and $10,000
wili tang
in separate instances and authorized me to deposit the funds in his Alatento account,
ako
business
parade
account.
wo kodo be amanke wate kelinde akamunta ko akado di ala nata do di ala bara même fa je wolam ko a samba ka dundi afangola konto to memu Alatento account.
So you see how the money that you were supposed to spend on development was spent?
Ako san ifango ya jele kodo me alan ko ya dila daru men na wolam yuru ala karoti kodo nyi inata depense men na wala ya dundi damendo.
You have seen this?
Yes.
So are you surprised?
Ako me jagal. Yes, I heard it from the commission when the commission said that I got all these information from the commission.
Because Bulara Suso normally put a financial statement di molla.
I followed Suso
Almost more than 6 months. Financial statements
for the financial statements. More than 6 months, we could not be able to lay our hands on that.
Let's focus on this $2 million expenditure statement. We call it expenditure statement.
Ako sign ngana ni $2 million expenditure statements.
Because the money that was used.
Ako kodo me alam ko inventa.
I used to nyame amanta another use nyame because I am for development purpose.
I said that this
man use development purpose lang ake saris any other expenditures. Amanyan talawanya it should have been used na that project internet project rasila nyawanya we could have keep the money safely ninga ko dido nga kaka mputa ko project ko start.
As I said right from the beginning that this money the purpose it was given to us, we did not use the said purpose. We diverted it, but for that, all what we was thinking or what the reason why we are doing that is just to pay salaries, but after all, to refund these monies so that it will go ahead for the purpose it have paid for.
It was embezzled. I didn't say you embezzled. I said it was embezzled. Mr. Bojang, I haven't said that part yet. I said, let's say, just exactly how I said it. This money, I'm now telling him the money was embezzled.
Okay.
Okay.
What is okay?
Okay.
Do you agree? Because of the evidence we received,
the
way he had explained how the monies were expended, monies given to the CEO and the finance director, impress given to them without even having retirement, no evidence to trace these funds. One can safely conclude that it was really fraudulent. Is that not the case?
Like I'm right. But
no, answer my question. Answer my question and then you can make your comment. My question
you asked me, I said yes, I agreed of what you have said.
No, we have to get...
But what I'm explaining to you, to listen to me?
No, we have to get, if you say you agree, we have to know what you are agreeing with. So that you can now make your comment if you want to make a comment. I had said that the evidence from Ndabakurubali and Co. The evidence from Ndabakurubali. Got the monies that he had withdrawn by way of authorization from the CEO and the finance director. By giving them monies with respect to impress that they never retired. Giving them monies in their hands, $90,000. Putting some money into the account of the finance director. All this have the hallmark of fraudulent practices. One can reasonably conclude that it is a suspicious fraudulent transaction.
Very suspicious fraudulent transaction.
Will you agree with that?
As I said, I agree to what you have said.
Now go on with your comment.
Yeah, expenditure any documents one have to
if the expenditure have no documents that will back it, people will have suspicions that this is not it wasn't went in the right way.
But in lead council of an whether I documents on farmer documents on bank, you are categorized as suspicious, that's fine. But even for Naming discussion for Saris, the Jola Jele, Fula Fenko Jolele, among the Silor.
That I will agree with you that it is suspicious, but as I said, all we agreed on was that let these monies be diverted for salaries and the loan of Frumendi. Frumos Gomez.
Yes. I think it's a convenient point to stop. We will continue tomorrow.
Yes.
Will conclude tomorrow, right?
We can tell the witness that we will conclude with him tomorrow.
Yes. Mr. Danjo?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. We will conclude with you tomorrow, inshallah. All right?
Okay. I'll try by all means. I'm going to work. If I go to work, I talk to my supervisor whether I can have tomorrow in the morning, because I should be working in the morning tomorrow, but I'll try to see whether I'll be able to get permission for tomorrow.
Yes, you have to prioritize, because you are giving us valuable information. You have to prioritize.
Yeah, but
sorry, let me finish. You have to prioritize. You have started your evidence, and we understand that you are working. So we will conclude with you tomorrow so that you will be free to go and do your job. All right? Thank you so much.
I'll discuss with my supervisor if I pick up work, please.
Yes, but we will expect you to be here by 11. All right?
I'll let you know anything.
You are not letting us know. We are telling you, because you do not have a choice in this. We are telling you, so you just inform your boss that you are giving evidence.
I also have to talk to my supervisor.
Yes, that is what I'm saying. That is what I'm saying. You need to take the time
I say I'll let you know.
Yes, you let him know that tomorrow you will conclude your evidence and next tomorrow you will continue your job. All right?
I will talk to him when I reach there.
Yeah. So we will see you tomorrow at 11. Thank you so much. We may rise.